Earnings then, and IGL has delivered its set of numbers, which the street certainly seems to be very happy with. Stock prices going higher after the top line growth as well as the profitability jump. Let's bring on board Mr. E.S. Ranganathan, Managing Director of Indraprastha Gas. Mr. Ranganathan, thanks so much for joining in on ET Now. Let's start off first with a 12% volume growth, quite a solid number. What's the viability from here on, however?
Yeah, we have been consistently telling that the volume growth will be in double digits for the next 2 years at least. I still maintain that, and we have shown in the last 3 quarters also. We will continue it for the next quarter as well as the next year.
How has industrial and commercial demand been? There is a small dip. So is this sort of cyclical?
Traditionally, during peak winter, the LNG is costly, spot LNG, so the industrial consumers generally switch over to the alternate fuel, but they have come back from February onwards. We will keep up the numbers for this quarter.
What's your foray like into newer regions like Rewari, Karnal, etc.? How has that been?
Yeah, Rewari, we are completing the pipeline, the backbone pipeline, and we have already commissioned 5 CNG stations, basically in the retail outlets. But we are also starting two more Dodos, the dealer-operated our own CNG stations before March. And then we have already started supplying in the industrial areas of Bawal and Daruveda, and we are expecting more customers to join once they see the gas going to other industries.
Okay, now the government, of course, is focusing big time on cleaner air and thus, focusing on cleaner fuels. So do you see this as a structural theme, and it's something that may continue over the next few years?
Yes, of course. Actually, they have done this. The regulations were coming and going, but then the implementation was slack. But now I see serious efforts on the part of Pollution Control Board to implement those in the National Capital Territory of Delhi. And the talks are on that in the next 3 to 6 months it will be extended to the NCR areas in and around Delhi also.
All right. So from here on, what are going to be the strategic areas of focus for the company?
You see, we have been getting now, we have also in the organic growth side, we have bid for 15 GAs in 10th round. So we hope to bag some of them, then that will be taking it forward. Plus also we are coming up with small CNG stations and more innovative ways of allotting CNG stations so that the stations can come up and we can bypass that problem of getting land. Plus, we are also working on improving the per customer gas consumption increase by adding more appliances. We have got into talks with various gas appliance manufacturers abroad. So we will be shortly launching them so that per customer, consumption of gas will increase.
Okay, you mentioned CNG stations. So how many newer stations are you looking to add, and how many years? Is there any targeted timeline?
You see, we are coming up with the integrated compressor dispenser cascade station. It is a small station which needs a land of only 4 meter by 4 meter. PESO had recently approved. PESO had approved on a pilot basis earlier, but now they have given the permanent approval for such stations. So we are buying 12 of them. This we can put up in parking areas and apartment complexes. So that will actually reduce the queues that we face in Delhi.
All right, Mr. Ranganathan, thanks so much for joining in on ET Now, helping us understand what went by in the third quarter. The stock price certainly is on a firm footing, higher by 2.8%.